let's talk about Godzilla Minus One. Regarding the movie industry, this little project from Toho has done a lot of things. Ever since its release, it seemingly has broken a new record every week, and has quickly become one of the most successful and beloved Godzilla movies of all time, with some even questioning if it's one of the best foreign films ever made. For a little bit of perspective, it's currently the 5th highest grossing non-English movie of all time at the US box office according to GodzillaMovies.com. And even more baffling, the movie somehow has a 98% rating from critics and fans on Rotten Tomatoes, which we all know that site's bogus, but still. Now these next two milestones the movie has just smashed are really big deals, and we're gonna talk about them. But first, a little backstory. So regarding Minus One, with what was supposed to be a brief week or two stay in theaters across the globe, Godzilla Minus One has far surpassed that time frame, now being out in theaters for over a month and a half, which has allowed the movie to do something that most of us didn't give it a chance to do.
But first we have some news for you residents. You know we love monsters here at Dangerville. It's at the very core of our DNA. And something you may have known interests us is Final Fantasy. Those games are just filled with different kinds of monsters of all shapes and sizes. Recently, Square Enix held its Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest in Tokyo, where a bunch of content was shown off, including Dawn Trail, the latest expansion pack launching this summer, which includes new job Pictomancer, a magical ranged DPS job that wields a specialized brush to render their imaginings reality to deal significant damage against opponents. We also get a terrifying new race, a beast of unimaginable horror. It's a lioness! This new race is called Female Hrothgar, and I have a feeling it will make many people very happy. There's a new city called Solution 9, which just looks epic. I just love the futuristic aesthetic of the map, and there's even more dungeons to fight your way through. There's even a crossover questline coming with Final Fantasy XVI, titled The Path of Infernal, which is set to release in April, which features this terrifying hellbeast. It looks like we'll battle with Ifrit, which means that there will be plenty of unique loot and gear to acquire. But there's so much more, including new Ultimate Raid, Futures Rewritten, new Raid series, The Arcadian, new lifestyle content with Cosmic Exploration, new field operations, new areas, and much more. It was even announced that the game has surpassed 30 million registered players, so there's never been a better time to check out Final Fantasy XIV online. The game is available on PlayStation and PC, but beta testing begins in February for the Xbox version, so don't worry, Xbox fans won't have to wait too long. Try Final Fantasy XIV for free up to level 70 with no restrictions on game time. Start your free trial today by using my link below in the comment section. Thanks Square Enix for sponsoring. Now back to the video.
Thanks Al, and thank you guys and gals watching for sticking around and supporting the channel. Minus One has crossed an epic milestone and broke an even more crazy record in the US box office, now surpassing over $100 million at the global box office. And remember everyone, with a budget likely between 10 to 15 million US dollars, this success when using the Monsterverse as a comparison would be like Godzilla vs. Kong's $150 to $200 million budget, resulting in a box office run of nearly $2 billion. Right up there with the highest grossing films of all time. Regarding the movie industry, $100 million doesn't seem like much these days, but when you look at the numbers, it truly is an unbelievable accomplishment. And this massive box office milestone has also resulted in Godzilla Minus One earning another crown, now being the highest earning Japanese language film, animated or live action, in US box office history. Truly, a crowning accomplishment for the one and only king of the monsters. And it's still not done yet. Who knows how much longer Toho is gonna leave the movie in theaters? But one thing is for certain, even when the movie inevitably does leave, wherever it goes next, whether it's to a streaming platform or straight to physical copies, Godzilla Minus One is going to make even more money and grow to an even greater success. Tens of millions or possibly even more in US dollars will be earned once this movie comes out for at-home entertainment. So it may be some time before Toho makes another Godzilla movie like a sequel to Minus One, but just know that tiny little budget is going to grow and grow and grow. And whenever we do get that next Toho Godzilla movie, whenever that time does come, we are going to see something considerably more impressive visually than Minus One. Whatever it is they decide to do, let's just hope all that success and money doesn't go to their heads and cause the quality of any future project to drop. Will this happen or not? Only time will tell. So residents, I hope you like this Godzilla Minus One news update.
Thank you, Jacob, but hold on, residents, just 1 minute. Before we go, I'd just like to share some awesome Godzilla Kong the New Empire news with you. Of course, if you want to avoid even the slightest of spoilers regarding a certain Frosty Titan threat, I'd click away and maybe go watch my Evolution of Godzilla video while you're at it. But otherwise, let's continue. Thanks to some legendary merch, we have our first look at Shimo in his or her entirety. And I gotta say, I really like it. It has the same kind of posture as an ancient alligator, like Caprisuchus saharicus, something prehistoric, complex, a predator made of muscle, evolved perfectly for killing. This has similar physical attributes, being incredibly built, but with relatively long, thin legs, meaning that this will likely reach pretty intense speeds. Or about that big belly, maybe it's pregnant. The gender of this Titan hasn't yet been confirmed, so maybe we could witness little baby Shimos running about, which is why it's so territorial. And in this we get a better look at that face, and yes, it does have teeth. I saw some people thinking it has none, kind of like a turtle, but we can clearly see some pointy gnashes. I like the design a lot, it really feels ancient. Jared Krzyzewski did an amazing job making something that feels like a modern interpretation of a classic Toho monster. None of that kind of Cloverfield style of long-legged monster design. This gives me some old Anguirus or maybe even Zambla vibes. But what did you think of it? Thank you, residents. That's the Shimo news. I hope you liked it. I sure did. Now, back to Jacob.
I want to give a big thanks to my buddy Zool, who came over from the YouTube channel Mythos to help me out with this Godzilla Minus One animation. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Mythlo Kaiju Fan 97 for also giving me one of his videos to use as B-roll. Make sure to go check out both of those channels after you're done here. Godzilla Minus One is just a little movie that never gives up. So if you like this video and you want us to make more videos on Godzilla Minus One, you know what to do. Stomp that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you stay up to date on when we upload. Don't forget to go check out our epic MonsterVerse Godzilla Evolution animation video. I really think you don't want to miss it. And as always, this has been Jacob. I'll see you guys in the next one.